about riding the wave and the changes, and I
Yes.
do intend to do so by being on top of that wave. However, can you give us a little bit of an explanation as to why things did not go as
To
predicted?
break the status quo,
And is
to
it
split the realities, to show you that the realities are split in a more concrete way, to actually begin the visceral experience of the splitting of parallel realities physically, not just now as an energetic metaphor, but to actually begin to physically experience the splitting into different parallel realities based on what different people prefer.
then why were we told that at a certain point in time there was 88%?
Because that was what happened at that moment. Remember that you were not privy to the fact that later on, closer to the nexus point, what you call the election, other people were asking questions, had the percentages changed? And we said, now the nexus is in chaos. It is absolutely impossible to tell. Everything is up for grabs. You simply were not privy to those conversations.
Right.
But at the time we were asked, when we were asked, that was the probability. Remember that there is no such thing as a prediction of the future. There is only a sensing of the energy that exists at the moment the prediction is made, but that energy can change, as obviously it did. The main thing to focus on, which was always the main thing to focus on, was not the details so much, but what we originally said that was unlikely to change, which was 100% certain, is that everything would change in the fall of 2016.
And I understand that this is only the beginning and we haven't even hit the big stuff yet.
Oh, you are going to find more big stuff, but you're already seeing many different kinds of things. You have what you call your withdrawal from the European Union of England.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
You have your election, which happened in your country, which obviously breaks from the status quo and reveals many things that you didn't expect. You have different individuals, such as your Fidel Castro dying. If that's not the end of an era on your planet, I don't know what is. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Many more things will begin to shift and change. You will start to see them accelerate. And even some of the things that don't appear to be that big right now, as we have said before, will in time be recognized as the seed that started changing now that led to bigger things later. But many things are now shifting around in a variety of ways. It's getting relatively obvious if you just look around.
Okay. And I will get back to this in a minute. But
Yes.
for the moment, will we get any feedback on the experiment that was presented in a meeting some time ago in Los Angeles about sending postcards into the president stay for 90-day period?
Yes, you will get feedback.
Okay.
Those of you who are unfamiliar with this, was simply the idea of the suggestion of every single day send a postcard to your government requesting in the most polite way that they disclose the presence of extraterrestrials. Every single day for 90 days in a row.
Right.
You can keep doing that.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Okay, so now is there any projected update on when first contact will happen?
At this moment, it is still in flux because things haven't settled from the breaking of the status quo. It is likely that it will not be later than 2040, but it hasn't settled back into the original window yet.
Okay. And we are at this time going through an awakening period.
Yes, you are.
You know, now those that choose because of free will not to awaken, what will happen to them?
As I said, you're beginning to experience the actual physical effects of a literal splitting into parallel realities. Now more than ever, you will begin to experience the idea that those of certain vibrations will begin to drift more and more farther apart from those that are vibrationally incompatible, and eventually, over time, will be ensconced in their own parallel reality and will no longer be experienced by those of a dissimilar vibration.
And are we experiencing that split by the deaths of a number of people?
Some of that, yes. Those that are also very, very, shall we say, representative or symbolic of the markers of change, such as the Castro individual that we mentioned. But you're also beginning to sense it in a variety of ways. You have recently discovered or coined a phrase that you call the Mandela effect, where people are remembering histories differently.
Right.
That's a sign of the splitting into parallel realities that have different histories. But right now, you're bridging different parallel realities. And so it's possible for you to recognize individuals that are actually experiencing different histories than you may be. After a while, each will go into their own history time stream that seems relevant for their parallel reality. But right now, you are experiencing a multitude of histories that are representative of a multitude of parallel realities. Therefore, you will have differences of experience of what you remember as your so-called history.
Okay. Now, they say that the last unknown frontier is space.
No,
but some people
the
say
last
it's
unknown
underground.
frontier is within you,
Okay.
in your consciousness.
Okay. In the consciousness. Okay, but isn't also the ocean and underground another frontier that we really have not?
Of course you are exploring the idea of your waters and you're exploring the idea of your space, but those are not the final frontiers.
But are there cities underground of alien population?
There are bases here and there, not cities in the way that you think of them.
Okay.
There are no real permanent habitations of that nature. There are bases, there are extraterrestrials that will come and go. You understand?
Yes, I think so.
But not cities as you understand the term in general.
Okay, but multitude of habitants.
Here and there, now and then, some on the Earth, some under the seas, some on your moon, some on Mars, in a variety of places throughout your solar system.
On the issue of religion versus spirituality, it has been said that there really is no religion, that was something instituted by the Anunnakis?
The
Anunnakis?
Anunnaki.
Yes.
In a sense, yes. If it were not for the relationship that was created by that group in ancient times, it is likely that you would not actually have the structure on your planet today that you refer to as religion.
Which is a control, and they say that is the control that the Anunnakis want to have over us. That
group, a few of them, wanted to have. It's not true of all of the ancient Anu.
Okay.
You must understand that they were pulled off the earth by the group that, in a sense, ruled over them when they found out what they were doing. And that's why humans were left to their own devices and then helped through some guidance from that point forward when it was realized that they needed to be allowed to develop in their own way.
But the religions, I believe, will soon be breaking apart.
They are breaking apart already. Can't you see that?
Yes.
They won't break apart for everyone. Again, it will be representative of whatever permission slips different people in different parallel realities prefer. But those that recognize they no longer need that permission slip will eventually find a reality without that reflection.
Okay. During the time of Eisenhower,
yes,
apparently there was knowledge of extraterrestrial
yes.
habitation on the Earth, and there were meetings held.
Yes.
And Eisenhower wanted to tell the public of
not fully, no.
Well, there were powers that be that did not want him to say anything, so he didn't. But
understand that this was simply a decision made through a variety of conversations. The kind of powers that be that you're referring to that may exist to some degree on your planet now didn't exist that way then. It was decided for a variety of reasons not to reveal the secret yet, but there was a plan and a timing to reveal it, and it is that has been diverted by those individuals who later on developed enough power to divert that plan. It wasn't something that was in existence at the beginning for the same reasons.
During those meetings, though, I understand certain individuals were allowed to attend, and one of the individuals was the producer of the series Star Trek, and that is it true that he incorporated a lot of things he became aware of into that series so that what we think of at times as science fiction in reality is reality?
In a sense, yes, but not exactly in the way that you've described it.
Okay.
Many of the people who worked on that particular television series, and of course the originator, simply had the ability to tap in to some of what was going on out here. And they incorporated much of that into their programming, such as things like the Prime Directive, the non-interference directive, which is a real thing.
Which you have stated, I believe, that it does no longer apply to the Earth.
It no longer applies to the Earth at this time. We are now taking our cue completely from you and the rate at which you are ready for contact. But there is no longer any law on our side that would prevent it, per se.
On the issue that you said that the Anunnaki, the ones that were putting the control in, were taken away by others, I know that that control was to introduce an element of fear for us. And I've heard from other channelers, Palladians actually, that the Anunnaki still want to hold on to the earth.
The Anunnaki do not exist anymore in the ancient form. They have evolved beyond that now into a variety of different groups, such as the Lyrans, such as the Pleiadians, and so forth. They do not exist that way anymore in what you would consider to be your present time frame. So that is misinformation or a misinterpretation.
So that
will be sufficient.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love and appreciation.
All right, we thank you. Our
towards-
unconditional love to you as well.
Towards you and towards Anima. And
Yes.
I have been so happy and excited.
All right, thank you.
Receiving the training from her through channeling, and now I am contacting a different entity.
All right.
And this entity, her name is Siski.
All right.
And I feel that this is the entity from the Yael civilization.
There is a connection, but it's also something else.
Oh, that was the question.
It's connected to Sirius as well.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah. So that's not the final entity that I will be channeling.
It will change to some degree to be a representation that is slightly different of a bigger version of it.
Okay.
These things happen in layers, usually.
All right. The present entity feels so powerful in a very beautiful way.
Well, what else would you expect?
Oh my God. It's so exciting, so nice.
All right. Well, thank you. Anything else?
Yes, Bashar. I would like to know if it will help me for more connection with the Yael civilization to have their signature telephone number.
All right, one moment. We are allowed to impart the idea of the symbol that represents the Yael's signature number at this time. One moment. Imagine, if you will, a black background
Yes.
with a white pentagon.
Yes.
You understand? Five-sided figure, white pentagon, and in the center, one green dot.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
That will be in alignment with the Yael signature vibration of their collective consciousness. And you can use it in your meditations as a permission slip to align more fully with their particular collective frequency. Black background, white pentagon, green dot in the center of the pentagon. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Will that help?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My dear love to you.
Our unconditional love to you as well.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
My name is Juan.
All right, if you insist.
Speak
Speak up.
I've never won anything. This is my first time.
All right.
And
Congratulations. What would you like to discuss?
I've seen you before because
You've seen me or you've seen the channel?
I've seen the channel.
All right.
And it feels good. That's why I keep looking for it every now and then.
You understand that what feels good is that you're seeing a reflection of a vibration of your own consciousness, because I am simply being used as a permission slip a mask, in a sense, to allow you an opportunity to speak to your own higher mind. So what feels good is you. Make sense?
Sure.
All right. And?
I don't know what's crazier, if it's being awake. I know I'm in a dream because nothing makes sense. And when I'm sleeping, I can fly.
Yes.
And I know I'm dreaming
Yes.
because I'm flying.
All right, that's a lucid dream. But you can do other things when you realize that you're dreaming. That's the point. You can go to the template level reality, and you can rearrange the blueprint of physical reality so that when you reinsert yourself into physical reality, it can be more representative of that kind of lucid dream as well, and you can see the changes reflected in the physical reality that you arranged in the template level while you were lucid in the dream state.
So is there a way that I can fly in my physical reality?
Maybe. It depends on whether or not it's relevant for your physical life. It's not impossible, but it may not be probable because it may not be relevant at the moment. But it's not impossible. It will depend upon the degree to which you master the idea of lucidity in the dream state and recognize from that position of lucidity in the dream state that physical reality truly is also a dream, and then allow yourself to connect to the template level and become more lucid in the physical dream by rearranging, reorganizing, redesigning the template of your physical reality experience from that level. To give yourself more awareness in the physical dream in order to then know whether or not flying or anything like that would actually be relevant. And if it is, then yes, it's something that can be done, but it's just an issue of probability and relevance. Yes?
Yeah, so am I going to remember everything you just said when I'm dreaming?
Well, you can play it back until you understand. But it has sunk in on some level.
Sure.
You can ask for help in your dream time if you need further clarification, and it will be given to you in a way that will stick. Yes?
Yes.
Anything else?
Sure. I'm wearing some crystals.
Oh, all right.
How
fashionable.
They're pretty. I like them. They reminds me of like the Flintstones. They're pretty.
All right, understood.
It's. I learned that it was labradorite or something.
Labradorite, yes.
And.
All right, well, these are your permission slips that you're attracted to allow you to give yourself more permission to be who you are. These are all permission slips. All these things, all techniques, all tools, all rituals, all objects are permission slips. You're attracted to them because of your belief system, and your belief system says that if you use these objects, use these tools, use these techniques, use these rituals, you will be more willing, and it will be easier for you to give yourself permission to be more of who you are. You don't really need them to be who you are. You can just choose to be who you prefer to be. But as long as you wish to be attracted to certain permission slips, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a reflection of your own consciousness anyway. Yes?
Yes, so the...
Maybe it's just telling you that you're just stoned all the time.
Okay.
You understand I'm playing with you, yes?
Yeah, I do. You know,
all
it's
right.
just ironic.
Why is that ironic?
I didn't smoke anything. I haven't.
You mean today?
No, not to. Matter of fact, even that.
All right.
I'm light-skinned.
Yes.
Mexican from South Central Los Angeles.
All right, and
it's not as bad as the rap tunes speak about it. I felt protected. I did grow up smoking and drinking and all that, and not too long ago, it's about 3 years.
Yes.
I don't remember voluntarily. I'm gonna stop now.
All
it
right.
just happened.
That's because you actually shifted into another person who actually never smoked or drank. So as a new person, a truly new person, you don't have that history. You never had. That's what we call the 13th step. When you truly understand that every change is actually a total change, and that when you change, you literally are a new person, literally, in a new reality with a new history, then you realize that when you make that kind of a change and you know it's that complete, then you actually are a new person with a completely different history, and the person you are never actually did any of those things. That's another person altogether, literally.
Beautiful. So run with it.
Run with it. Awesome. Fly with it.
Awesome. Yes, and also when I'm dreaming, I'm flying.
Yes.
How can I turn? Because I want to go somewhere and I just float away on the other direction. How can I turn?
By envisioning simply where you wish to be, and then you'll automatically be there. It may be something that will feel a little bit more like teleportation than flying. So you may be using a technique that doesn't really work because you're equating the idea to something that occurs in physical reality, but in spirit, as soon as you think of a place, you can instantaneously be there. You don't have to fly there. Make sense?
Yes.
So just visualize the place and you'll be there.
Beautiful. So one last thing, Bashar.
Yes.
In the way that I remember growing up here on this planet.
Yes.
The culture there, males are not supposed to cry, or at least not be seen crying.
All right, we understand.
Especially not say I love you. So
yes,
I'm practicing these new things. And
I
just
wanted
to tell you that I love you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on actually finding your strength. Because it really takes strength to be able to say, I love you, and to let go of the things that are not you, which is often done through tears. That's actually the strongest thing you can do. So thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And a you good day. Speak up.
Well, I have a lot of dreams. In the morning, I feel extremely exhausted.
Exhausted? What have you been doing?
A lot of things, actually.
Right.
So I want to be able to, yes, have all those dreams, but in the morning be able to get up and, not feel tired and have to go to work.
All right. Well, remember when we were talking about the idea of the passion principle? And choosing things that are really full of passion? Because if you choose things that are really full of passion, you will not be able to wait to wake up in the morning to go do those things. You'll be so energized, so excited, so passionate, you will not be able to wait to wake up in the morning and do those things. I am getting the distinct impression that's not the kind of things you're waking up to do.
That's correct.
Well, gee, what a surprise. So, the answer would seem to be that it's not the dreams that are exhausting you. You're exhausted because of what you're about to do when you wake up. And you're making yourself, shall we say, not so much exhausted after the fact, but before the fact. Because you're attempting to tell yourself this isn't what is you. So you're telling yourself, you're showing yourself, you're experiencing that you are exhausting yourself by doing things that you actually are resistant to that have nothing to do with who you prefer to be. So when are you going to pay attention to yourself? Are you going to have to be paralyzed before you will realize that there are other things that you could be doing that will actually support you?
No.
Well, then, when will you start acting more fully on your excitement? It's up to you. When?
As soon as possible.
When?
Right now.
All right. So, why not at least every single morning know that the day will contain at least one, if not more, very exciting things that you will take action on to the best of your ability with no insistence on what should come to fruition or how or what the outcome ought to look like, and that will propel you through the day. And keep doing that and practice doing that every morning until you just can't wait to wake up. You understand?
Yes.
And then you will start allowing your physical life to be as exciting as the dreams that you are right now escaping into because you don't want to face the physical reality you've designed for yourself. You understand?
Yes,
So
totally.
redesign your physical reality and allow it to become as exciting as the dream life. You understand?
Yes. Okay. That's really
Does that
helpful.
help?
Yes, very much.
All right.
And also, maybe like 8 years ago, I've
Yes.
noticed I become more and more slowly fearful of a lot of things,
Such as?
such as confrontation with others. I work in a place where I have to.
Do you not understand that this is also another symptom that was beginning to show you that you're walking down a path of resistance to your natural self? One of the things that grows in your life if you're following a path of resistance is that you will become more and more fearful because you'll experience more negative emotionality because it's attempting to get your attention that you're doing things that are more and more every day more out of alignment with who you prefer to be. So of course negative emotions are going to grow. Of course your fears are going to grow because it's attempting to get your attention and tell you, hey, you've got a belief that's out of alignment with who you prefer to be, but you keep moving in that direction. So I'm going to get louder and louder and louder and louder, and you're going to feel worse and worse and worse and worse until you finally stop going down the path that isn't who you are. Because the most tiring thing you can do is try to be someone you're not. It's exhausting. You understand?
Yes.
You're going upstream. Go with the flow of who you are. Float down that lovely stream knowing it's going to take you exactly where you need to be taken, and you have to expend no effort at all to get there. But when you swim upstream, you're going to tire out very rapidly, and you're going to drown in fear. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So come up to the surface, take a deep breath, and float downstream in your reality, in your energy, in your consciousness. Yes?
Okay. Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes, very much.
All right. Anything else?
Yes. Also, when I meditate,
Yes.
and I've heard when other people meditate, they see stars and galaxies.
Oh,
and
well,
all
good
I
for
see
them.
Is black.
Good for them. Now, please do understand, you're asking all these questions from an experience that you've been creating that's out of alignment with yourself. You understand?
Yes.
So you can't possibly assume that the experiences you're describing from back then are going to be in any way, shape, or form similar to the experiences you will start having when you start aligning with yourself, yes?
Yes.
So why bother referring to them when they have nothing to do with you anymore?
Right. Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Is that clarifying the idea for
Very,
you?
very much, actually.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The second anchor point has been established.
Hi, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I'm absolutely thrilled
So
to be
are
talking
we.
with you.
Talking with you.
I have a question about the template level reality.
Yes.
I've had lucid dreams, and I've had only one dream where I thought I was in the template level reality.
All right.
I don't know how I got there, but I was.
That's all right.
So, what I wanted to know is when I become lucid, I generally end up relating to my dream in a way that I prefer.
Yes.
But I would like to be able to go to the template level reality. 'Cause
All right.
That's the point, right?
Well, when I say template level reality, what picture crops up in your mind? What image do you use to symbolize that idea, that notion? How do you see it?
I guess the image that I saw in that one dream that I thought of,
Yes.
which is it's like a big glass windshield in front of me.
No, yes.
And it's all...
Because it's the border between physical and non-physical reality, yes?
Okay, very
Therefore,
good.
you're looking at it as a transparent barrier. You can see through it,
Yeah.
but it's there defining an edge, yes?
Yes.
All right. So, why not continue to imagine it that way? Why not use that as your symbol and go and touch the glass?
So, I mean, what should I just like have an intention before I sleep that if I become lucid, go there? Is that...
That's one way. You can utilize, if you wish, the idea of the permission slip that we shared with you last night of your time. Or if you know that that's your symbol for the template level reality that works for you, then just remind yourself to see the glass.
Okay.
Yes?
That's great.
And when you see the glass or when you know you're lucid, say, let's go to the glass.
Okay.
Yes?
That one time that I had that experience with the glass,
Yes.
what I saw from the glass,
Yes.
it was all like psychedelic colors,
Yes.
swished all together.
Yes.
And there was somebody in that room, and they just told me that I don't belong in that room, that I need to leave, something like that.
All right, well,
you
you're going to sometimes bring with you a few vestiges of your negative belief systems, and they will talk back to you, but that's all right. You can say hush.
Okay.
I no longer have to pay attention to you. I know that I am where I belong, unless, of course, you feel that it's a guide telling you how to adjust your frequency so that you can have a more positive, more fulfilling experience. But if you feel that there is a resistance there, if you feel they are trying to tell you what to do when you know better, then just say, that's all right, shh, shh, shh. It's okay, I love you.
Okay.
I'm not going to abandon you just because I'm becoming more of myself. There's always a place for you somewhere. I'll validate you, but that doesn't mean I have to prefer to experience the idea that you're offering me. But you're valid, I love you, I know. You're equal to every other choice I could make, but I choose to know who I am. I choose to awaken into myself. Yes?
Very good, yes. I had a very good experience even after I left, where I did talk back
Yes.
to somebody that
Oh,
was
all
like-
right.
Yeah. And I had an experience that like I took this elixir and I had this experience of everything that you say, everything was
Yes.
high consciousness.
Yes.
And I've been more and more looking to evoke that kind of experience where I'm...
One moment. Are you attracted in any way to the star system of Sirius?
Yes.
How strongly?
I have synchronicity with license plates and also with car, logos.
Yes.
And I do. That's definitely one of my symbols is when I see the whale.
All right. And so, do you not imagine that interaction with those beings or with associating yourself in some way, shape, or form more strongly with what represents to you Sirius energy might not also give you clearer sight to what you need to do?
Okay, yes.
Have you found yourself at any time looking up at the star Sirius in your sky?
No,
Why not?
it didn't occur to me.
Does it occur to you now?
Yes. I'm glad you're bringing it to my attention, very much so.
All right. It may not be completely visible to you during your summer months. But when it is, it might be interesting for you to see what happens if you just go out into the clear night sky, if such a thing still exists on your planet, and let yourself just gaze upon the blue-white brilliance of the star, Sirius itself, and see what happens. By the way, we are being given this suggestion by someone else that you know on another level.
I can tell.
All right. So play with that. See if you feel a stronger connection and see if that leaks into your life in a more synchronous way.
Beautiful. I have another question.
Yes.
What I see as the Subaru symbol of the car.
The Pleiades, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. That's what I was wondering, if it's the Pleiades.
It is.
Okay, awesome. And then I wonder the three, the eclipse and
Epiphany and Epsilon.
yes, thank you. What is Epsilon? Why was that name chosen, and what does it represent?
It represents the fifth.
The fifth, the human race, or the fifth?
It represents the fifth.
And that's all you can reveal about it?
We are in communion to see what else we are allowed to deliver. One moment. the connection between your humanity, based on the number 5, and the Yael, which also has the pentagon as its vibrational symbol, the 5th epsilon, was designed to signify the idea of the connection of the hybrid species to yours and the upcoming interactions that would occur when there is more blending between the Essassani Oversoul, Yael Oversoul, Earth Oversoul. You understand?
Yes.
The idea is multidimensional in a number of ways and can be representative of many different kinds of things, but also the understanding of the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Of the 5 hybrid races, the Yael are the 5th race created, but the first to arrive on your planet, because they are the closest to you vibrationally, the most similar to you in appearance, whereas the first hybrid race is more akin to the beings you recognize as the Greys.
Thank you so much. That was my other question. I love you, Bashar. Thank you so much.
Our unconditional love to you
Thank
as well.
And here, I'll ask the question from our Ustream listener.
Yes.
Okay. The question has to do with how can we not be our true selves if we are all that is, which includes everything?
You are not experiencing yourself as all that is. You are experiencing yourself as an aspect of all that is that has chosen to forget that it is an aspect of all that is so that it can remember that it is an aspect of all that is, and so from that perspective rediscover itself anew from a different perspective.
So doesn't that all come down to the idea of what I call like sets, where you create a boundary? Like human consciousness has 9 levels of consciousness, right?
Associated with it in your particular realm, yes. It has many more than that. But in terms of the set you are referring to that is relevant for your human experience, yes. It is associated with 9 levels of consciousness from the oversoul down to your physical consciousness.
So that is the purpose of this kind of exclusionary boundary in a sense, is each exclusionary boundary then creates either another race or species or life experience.
And an experience, yes, of rediscovering yourself from a new perspective, which is the whole point, because the structure of existence never changes, but your experience of the structure does. Everyone is a different point of view that all that is has of itself, and some of those points of view purposely don't know that they are all that is, so that all that is can experience itself through rediscovering that it is all that is from those points of view. That's what expands the experience of creation and all that is. Because the structure can never change, but the experience can.
So does that mean that basically it's like a game that consciousness played with itself? It learned that it could, or it knew, that it could experience itself as many aspects of all that is possible simply by creating limitation?
In a sense, yes, but it's not a game as such as you typically define it on your planet, because it is simply the natural result of self-awareness of all that is. Automatically creating reflections, infinite numbers of reflections through which it can experience itself in an infinite number of ways. It's not a game that it had to decide to play, it's just the natural result of it becoming aware of itself. Does that make sense?
Yes, and it kind of just gives a different perspective when you think of all the different ways creation has of experiencing itself, and you look at that idea of limitation. In some way, it's the key to having an experience.
Yes. You have to have some parameters in order to have certain experiences. That's why some limitations are actually positive. They actually give you the ability to have this self-discovery experience. Without them, you wouldn't be able to do so. In a timeless state, there is no change. There is no discovery. So you have to create the illusion of a space-time state in which to have that experience, and you impose limitations on your consciousness, or all that is does, in order to experience itself from that point of view. Yes.
And so to play the game of limitation that we play here on Earth,
Yes.
which appears to be a kind of extreme level of limitation, but actually, as we're going through this process with you, we're finding out that physical reality is much more flexible and malleable than we originally experienced.
Yes, because that's what this age of transformation is all about, is having that realization that physical reality is nothing more than your projected illusion. And therefore it is really, in a sense, smoke and mirrors. But that's the discovery that you're having. That's what's so exciting. You are in the process of discovering that you are the reality you previously thought you existed in. You're discovering that it actually exists within you instead.
It's really a blessing to be here on Earth at this time.
It absolutely is. These are and always have been and shall always continue to be very exciting times. Yeah. All of this excites all that is more than you can imagine from your particular point of view. This is the experience of passion itself. For all that is nothing but passion. The vibration, the singular vibration of ecstasy in experiencing itself from all these points of view simultaneously. This is true passion because there simply is no other choice but for it to experience itself that way. Align with that, and you will explode with ecstasy. Guaranteed! Does that help?
That was so beautifully put. Thank you, Tadeo.
You are welcome, Nania.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day. Speak up.
I'm just recently introduced to you.
Oh, all right. Well, I've just been introduced to you. What a coincidence. How often does that happen? Oh, all the time.
And I've traveled out of state to come here to see you tonight.
All right.
I guess a very serendipitous sort of exciting decision.
I am traveling from another dimension altogether.
So I'm wondering, why did I put my name in the little bucket to ask a question? And
you're asking me why you put your name in to ask a question? Is that the question you wanted to ask?
No.
Why did I want to ask a question?
I'm talking out loud with you. But I have noticed that since I've been here this evening,
yes.
I feel that my state is, I'm really just feel like I'm just being pulled into a really meditative state. And
yes. It's one possible reaction to the vibrational energy that we are giving off. Different people will respond to it in different ways. Some will be energized by it. Some will be a little bit, shall we say, put to sleep by it because sometimes they need to get their conscious mind out of the way to really absorb what they need. Some people may feel a little disoriented by it. There will be a number of different reactions and responses based on what it is that is your way of absorbing the information or aligning with the frequency that we're giving off to whatever degree you require yourself to do so. Mm-hmm. Does that help?
It does.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Oh, all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I was here last night, and
what a coincidence. So were we.
Yes. And being introduced to Epiphany, Epsilon, and Eclipse. I had an extraordinarily profound experience.
Such as?
I would like to know if you can tell me the star system that I am associated with.
Well, you are associated with more than one.
What's the dominant?
In some senses it is Sirius, but you do have other connections. Remember that in the Earth, Essassani, and Sirius triad, Sirius is always the dominant frequency that helps lay out the experiences that are being had between your world, our world, and other worlds. It is the pattern setter. Does that make sense?
Yes. My mother was an automatic writer, and my aunt also. They wrote from a man that gave the name of Philip Cavan.
All right.
He used to appear and tell them when he would fly over in his ship.
All right.
So I have a very strong connection as a child. Can you tell me more about who Philip is and anything you can share with me around that?
One moment. It is not necessarily the actual name of the being.
Yes.
It is an Earth translation. And in fact, the last word is not Kavan. It is caravan. Do you understand?
Well, he said he was the soul carrier.
I understand. So the more appropriate translation would be caravan, because that is what carries things from one place to another.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. So the idea is that this is a type of extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional being that we often call a wanderer, but it is not incarnate in exactly the way that you understand incarnation from your physical point of view. It is a quasi-physical being occupying the nether or limbo region between physical and non-physical reality. It can manifest itself in either way, as a physical projection or a non-physical one. And it is connected in that sense to one who transmits information from one place to another, as it is attracted to those who are willing to tap into its frequency to bring information through, such as your family members who connected through the idea of automatic writing.
My experience is my whole life I've been channeling my higher self.
Yes.
But I also feel very drawn to, in the work we do, I called it the divine diamond. It is an amazing energy. Can you tell me anything about what that energy is that I work with, that I named the divine diamond?
It's a doorway, it's a portal that connects you to a very, very high level frequency, and that's all we're allowed to say at this particular time.
Is there more than one helper or being involved in that?
Yes.
Energy? Yes. Is it related to Epsilon?
Not in the way you mean it.
Okay.
There is a distant or indirect relation, but at this time we are not allowed to explain exactly how that translates into your reality. Not yet.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes. Can you tell me, since I've been preparing myself, I've been contacted to channel, but I didn't understand at the moment that it happened how to respond properly. Can you give me any information about the possibility of also communicating?
Well, in what form do you prefer to channel?
Well, again, I always speak through as my higher self. But
Yes, well, that's all right. That can work.
Yes.
Your higher self can function as an intermediary, and you can simply repeat what you hear if you wish. If that's the way that's most comfortable for you, it's up to you to decide what is comfortable for you.
Yes, I was wondering if you saw that I may actually channel like you are. Using
That's your decision. It's possible for you, but you have to decide how relevant it is for you.
Yes.
Is that the most exciting way you can imagine channeling?
Well, my relationship with communication through my higher self
Yes.
is very natural. I do it all the
Well,
time.
then as we say, if you keep drifting back to that particular balance point, that might be the way that's actually most natural for you. So why not continue right now with the way that is most natural? If something else is going to happen, if some other way becomes more natural for you, then believe me, the synchronicity in your life will lead you to learn exactly where and when that needs to take place, yes? You trust the way your life unfolds, yes?
Yes, yes.
Then just do it the way that works for you now, knowing that if it needs to lead you into another form, it will. Because again, excitement is what? A complete kit. Yes?
Yes.
It leaves nothing out that is relevant in your life.
Yes.
Therefore, if some other mode of channeling becomes more relevant for the person that you become at that point in your life, then another mode will present itself to you. Nothing will be kept from you. Remember, you've made all these agreements, you've made all these appointments. The only way you can miss an appointment is by spending time and energy worrying that you will miss the appointment. That's the paradox. If you don't worry that you'll miss the appointment, an appointment can't be missed. Yes?
Yes. Last night, Epsilon, Epiphany, and Eclipse were speaking as one voice, speaking as three, calling it the oversoul of your species.
Yes.
That means every single one of your people, so to speak, are of that one particular oversoul tree.
Yes.
Is it similar to a human's oversoul of that grandeur, or are ours not quite as grand?
Oversouls are oversouls and can express themselves in many different ways, and all are equally grand.
Okay, one other question is I do a healing modality.
Oh, all right. How exciting.
Yes, yes. But I'm finding my highest excitement is working with my oversoul and communicating and working directly for people to heal through the connection that is facilitated with their oversoul.
Yes, all right. Well, that's one exciting technique. So, and what?
I have developed this system completely on my own with no guidance other than my own guidance. I wondered if you could give me, because I work with this system I call a trinity, and I work with the oversoul.
Yes.
Obviously, there is...
Is it working for you?
Very well.
Then what advice do I need to give?
Can the work I do strengthen the Merkabic system and the portal of the pineal? Is there a way in the facilitation of the Divine Diamond work that we can actually bring more energy into the communicational system of the Merkaba?
Yes, of course there is. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to conceive of that idea.
Yes, okay.
How do you envision the idea of the Merkaba? Do you have a vision of it in your head?
It's not really like a vision, so to speak, as an awareness.
All right. You can create, if you wish, or find an image that is representative of a Merkaba and use that to strengthen the image if you feel that that permission slip will work to crystallize it for you.
Okay.
That's one suggestion.
Is it possible for a human being to see more multi-dimensional?
Of course it is. It's one of the symptoms of your transition from third to fourth density that you will.
Multi-dimensional sight.
Yes.
Yes.
It won't be all the dimensions, but it'll be those that are relevant for you to begin to see. You'll expand your senses and make what was heretofore invisible more visible. Yes, it's one of the symptoms of the transition.
I would like to ask, while over the next few days, any support or assistance you can give me.
You never need to ask.
Sleep.
Never need to ask. Okay. You are all, listen. You are all being given all of the energy and support and love it is possible for us, all of us, to give you. If you feel that it isn't there, it's because you're dampening it down, not because we're not sending it. So if you want to feel more support, more energy, more love from us, understand it's always all there. You just need to match the frequency in order to experience more of what's already being given. Make sense? You never have to ask for more because no more can be given.
Thank you very much, Bashar.
You are very welcome. At this point, yes.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day, but one moment. At this point, the third anchor has been established. Do continue.
So the first question I had was, what are the cosmic significance of diamonds?
Well, it can mean many different kinds of things to many different people. The cosmic significance, in a sense, in the generalized collective consciousness sense, is clarity of vision, clarity of intent, clarity of action. You understand?
Yes, I do.
All right.
And then...
precision. Yes?
Yes.
Precision.
Thank you.
Yes.
And...
and...
Secondly,
and that it is reflective of the multifaceted, multidimensional nature of all that is.
thank you.
Yes.
I think that I would like a little bit. Start over. I have lots of musical instruments that don't get played regularly, and sometimes
Yes.
I feel apologetic to them.
All right.
And
So go apologize and then pick them up and play. What's stopping you from playing them if that's your excitement? If it's not, then it's understandable that you're not playing them. But if it is, what's stopping you from doing so?
I think perhaps some of them I want to let go.
Then let them go. What's stopping you?
This apologetic relationship I have with them, which
You mean you feel guilty?
I do.
About what?
About
being yourself? Don't you think they would rather be played by the real you or not played because they don't want to be played by a false you? Wouldn't you be more apologetic about playing them if it wasn't your excitement to do so? Why would you treat them that way? I am not who I really am, but I'm going to play you anyway. I'm not happy about this. Well, how do you think the instrument's going to feel? Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for not being you and playing me. Thanks. Why don't you give me to somebody who would actually enjoy playing me? Wouldn't that be the nicer thing to do? You should apologize for not letting them go, in a sense, if any apology is really needed at all. Does that make sense?
Yes. And then at one point, another channel told me that, you know, they can just be like dormant, hibernating animals. But I don't know about that.
They are all extensions of your consciousness. They are symbols of yourself in many ways. They know that. They are forms of consciousness that can have the ability to recognize that. But again, the idea is that they're to reflect to you the choices that you're making about whether or not to be who you prefer to be. So again, what's stopping you from simply being who you prefer to be? And not feeling like you have to apologize for being who you are. Because that's what the apology is actually about. You feel you have to apologize for being you. Why?
Lack of clarity of vision.
Lack of clarity of vision. What a heinous crime. You should be executed for that. Lack of clarity of vision. So what? So you're a little confused temporarily. If you allow yourself to give over to your true joy and excitement and start acting on it with no insistence on the outcome, the clarity of vision will come, because that's part of the whole definition of the kit of your excitement. Remember, you cannot perceive what you're not the vibration of first. So you can't have clarity of vision if you're not willing to be the vibrational state of clarity first. So make clear decisions. Recognize what is and isn't your preference, what is and isn't your true vibration, and act accordingly without apology. Do you understand? And then you'll have clarity of vision.
Yes. And sometimes in my writing,
Yes.
I want to craft stories that are based on past or darker events. But
all right.
Sometimes I feel I can't. I feel a little apologetic about going to darker places.
More apologies. Do you believe that all that is needs to apologize to you for containing both positive and negative energy?
No.
Well, if all that is doesn't need to apologize, what reason do you have?
So I can wholeheartedly
Of
mix
course.
my darks and my lights.
Of course. Not in a washing machine, of course. Unless you want everything to come out gray. But nevertheless, the idea is you can choose what you prefer without invalidating what you don't. But that means you can entertain it, you can write about it, you can use it, you can reflect off of it, you can acknowledge it, you can validate the things you don't prefer, you can validate the darkness. That doesn't mean you have to choose to experience it. And in fact, the paradox is the more you invalidate it, the more you will experience it. Because you're putting undue energy on having to not choose it, instead of just recognizing it's not what you prefer. But you can prefer to use it in positive ways. In your writing, you see many examples of storytelling where they use the idea of a negative to get somebody to understand the positive. Sometimes in your society, it's easier to understand what you are all about, what you do prefer, by at least addressing or entertaining more clearly what you don't prefer, and creating that comparison so people have a clearer understanding, by comparison, what direction they might prefer. So the negative can serve a positive reason by reflecting that to them. You can use it that way. Yes?
Yes.
You just need to trust your imagination and stop invalidating those things as if they had some kind of power or control over what you will actually experience just because you're writing about them. If your intent is to use all that information in a positive way, then even the negative will serve that purpose, yes?
Yes.
Does that free you up a bit?
Yes, it does.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. At this timing, we will allow for the connection to be fulfilled. One moment.